Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over Sheik, dealing with Sheik on the platform as Falco. Um, so a lot of people have a bit of trouble with like Sheik throwing needles on platforms, all the fair shield dropping, like all that good stuff. So I just wanted to show off a couple of like in-game examples of how you can sort of deal with those things. So I've just got a few save states set up. Um, so the first thing to understand with Sheik on the platform is her threat range. So first of all, the biggest threat range she has is with needles. So as you can see here, she can throw full hop or short hop needles. They go the same distance pretty much because of the platform is in the way. And you can see that they barely don't reach Falco here. So that's their biggest threat range, and that's what a lot of people get caught by because they try to sort of position in the center of the stage, and then they get needled, and then they get run off fed, and the rest of it's history. So that's the first thing to realize is the threat range of the needles, and once you know that, you can start to play around it. So the first thing you can do is you can just run under the needles. So if you read the timing at which she is going to jump, then you get under the needles, and then you can either hit her if she does full hop ones, or you can at least pressure her in some way if she does the short hop ones. So just an example of that here. So you'll notice Sheik actually jumps here before I even start moving. So it's not like a really specific timing. You can't react to the jump, but like as long as you're starting to run forward like pretty soon into a jump, then you're usually good to go. So that was on full hop needles, which are the worst version in my opinion. I think Sheik wants to be short hopping more, but you will see Sheiks do full hop as well. So this is the short hop version. So you'll notice here that the Falco can't actually get a shine because Sheik has time to shield. But like you're still in this position by the time she lands, so you can do up air here, you can jump shine, you can up tilts, like there's a lot of things you can do. I won't go into those options for now. This video is more going to be on like closing this space and trying to get to this position. So that's two things you can do. You can also, you don't have to close the space by running, you can also close the space by doing like an approaching laser or wave dashing towards Sheik, because those options are quicker than this run. I just wanted to show off the run because I think it's the most obvious example of like how you can just sort of move under the needles. So then the third type of needles she can do is she can drop through needles, which obviously you're going to get hit here. So this is one where the approaching laser might be useful, as you can see here. So that's some of the main ways to deal with needles. So once you've started presenting this threat of like you running forward to try and like get under her, a lot of the times what happens is Sheiks start doing this. They will run off and they will fair you. Because obviously they don't want you just running into them and under them for free, so they're going to try and defend their space by throwing out a move. And this also happens if you try to do that approaching laser, if they can read the timing well enough. And obviously, like Falco dies here if he guesses wrong. So depending on the percent, it's pretty scary. So then the question becomes, how do you deal with this run off fair? And there's a couple of things you can do. First of all, you could shoot a better spaced laser. So you see how that one I moved like fully in. You could do like a half approaching laser, like this. You see how Falco only moves slightly part of the way? And he's shooting high as well, which is important, because then that catches Sheik coming down. And then from here, you can usually get a true combo with a nair, or you could dash down and wait for a landing. But yeah, so this is one option you can do versus it. And this is also pretty good versus if she does the drop through lasers, because the laser still hits her, you're just a little bit further away. Or you can also like bait out the forward air, as you see here. So I do the run forward, which makes Sheik want to do the run off fair to sort of defend her space. And then I do wave dash back. And then I do wave dash back jump at Sheik, and then if I see her run off and do the forward air, then I just hit her with something like down air here. You can also wave punish with like grab or something as well. Like you could do wave dash back and then dash in grab, or you could jump and shine here. There's lots of things you can do, but the point is you're sort of running forward to bait Sheik, and then you wave dash back to get out of the way of her forward air, and then you can punish after. So once she starts seeing you're doing all this sort of like wave dash back out of her range or like the half laser, that's when she starts shooting these needles again, because they sort of occupy the space that Falco wants to be in to play around the forward air. I'll play this again so the hitboxes are on. So yes, you see how these red needles would catch if Falco had done like wave dash back here. And then you're back to square one, right? Because she's needling or whatever. So I think that's the easiest way to think of the platforms, first of all, is how do I get close to Sheik? And then once I start getting close to her, how can I start to bait out some of her attacks? And I think that should be a good basis for you to sort of build on some options you can do in neutral to play around this. If people are interested as well, I can also do sort of pressuring Sheik once you're underneath her. So say in this position where you don't get a true punish on her, and she's in shield. There are a couple of like little mix-ups you can do here. But I feel like Falcos are generally better at dealing with Sheik once they're at this range. It's just getting to this point that's usually the problem. There are a few other things she can do as well. For example, she can do like short hop off of the platform and then come down with something. Or she can like go to the top platform instead as well. But I think this is like the main mix-up that you see from Sheiks, is they either needle or they do a forward air of some sort. So I think understanding that will help a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful. As always, if you have any questions, at me in the Discord or message me, and I'm happy to expand on anything I've gone over in this video. Right, cheers guys.